3, 2, 1, fight! And all three coming into the middle here. You can see Baby Shark, the slower of the three, but a very good pusher as Picolas Cage gets a quick early hit and immediately gets Baby Shark out the side. That is definitely the fastest one we've had in these matchups between these guys all weekend here. Beaky now getting underneath the Picolas Cage and hitting him against that red hazard. These hazards are really, really hazardous for these little guys because they're only 150 grams, and those are over 600 grams for each of those things. So they hit hard in comparison. As Picolas is chasing Beaky around, look how fast this thing goes, and he's doing a great job of figure-eighting around, but watch out for that blue push-out area. You don't want to get stuck there as he gets a good side-on push against Beaky up against the back wall, trying to bring him to the blue side. Look at how well he's able to direct this robot around, trying to get Beaky over there, but Ethan's no slouch either. He's a great driver as Picolas Cage ends up upside down. This thing is kind of a bit of a squirrely bot, has a tendency to flip itself over just by driving. There we go. Now he's got it. Just by hitting the brakes real hard, he can flip it back over as he bumps Beaky into that red hazard. Beaky getting under him and putting him into the hazard. Doing a good job on that one as he bounces off himself. Once again, Picolas Cage getting a good hook with those wedges and a nice strong dash into that red hazard. He once again got the middle finger wedged in there, but then gets flipped over as he runs into him at the side, putting his tips again into that hazard. That 3D printed frame holding up very well, even against those metal hazards. Now pushing Beaky up against the wall in the red corner, bringing him across over by the red hazard, trying to take him around the outside of the arena and over the push-outs, but at the last moment goes over the top and nearly gets pushed out by Beaky himself, who's now trying to use his beak to lift himself up and get away from the wedge, because as long as he's raised up, the wedge does not seem to be doing quite as well as pushing it around. 1 minute and 15 seconds still going. Picolas Cage flipped upside down as he runs off the top of Beaky, who's now chasing him to the corner by the red hazard. Hits himself off the hazard into Picolas Cage. I don't think that was intentional, but it worked as he's bending some of the forks. And now Beaky seems to be trying to hold him in position against that hazard, forcing him to have to drive into it himself. A nice strategic position as he holds him against the back wall here now. He can hold him for up to 10 seconds unless Picolas finds a way to get out, but a little difficult for him to drive right now, especially upside down. Gets his way out into the middle, hits the hazard again, and here we go. Gets underneath against Beaky, trying to get him to the red push-out area, over just to the right of it. Oh no, he went for a run at it, and a hard hit off that blue hazard across the arena. Beaky takes the win for this round. Let's hear it for Ethan.